Hi everyone, welcome to the Shobitam Trunkshow. As you can see, we have something very exciting, very new, something that we've not showcased before. But before that, let's just give it a minute to allow more folks to join in and we'll get started. A very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. This is Aparna, co-founder at Shobitam, and I'm very excited to showcase the collection that we have today. So we have art and then we have sarees afterwards. So it's going to be a two-part show. Another 30 seconds. Look at all these beautiful, fascinating pieces behind me. We're going to talk about them, showcase them, and each one of these pieces is actually available to purchase. All right, so let's finally get started. At Shobitam, our endeavor has been to celebrate art. Indian art in so many different forms, from our weaves, our textile art forms, and now to home decor. This is Tanjo painting. Tanjo painting is one of India's grandest, most distinctive art forms, and it's very unique. You won't find anything even close to this. It's been an art that's been practiced for centuries. It was the Chola regime who actually patronized this art. You know, they were lovers of art. So they were the ones who actually started this in the Tanjore region of Tamil Nadu. And then other rulers took over, like the Marathas took over. And it's a very celebrated art form for various reasons. One, they use pure gold. So this is 22 karat gold that lasts a lifetime. So even after decades, after centuries, you know, it stays the way it is. They use gemstones. So all the stones that you see are Jaipur gemstones, semi-precious gemstones. And the quality is really good. So they are translucent, not the plastic opaque kinds, but these are translucent gemstones. And another thing about Tanjo paintings is the use of colors. The colors are very muted, they're very distinct, very aesthetic. And then the facial features and how everything is put together, it again bears a very distinctive style. So on that note, let's get started. We're going to open with the most common, the most asked for, the most popular god and goddess that is there in the Tanjo painting, which is the Lord Balaji and Padmavati. So it's a beautiful painting that you have here. This is a 3x4. So the height here is 3 and then the width here is 4. So it's 48 inches by 36 inches. And this is a 3D Tanjo painting. So when I say 3D, it's not flat. There's a lot of projection that you see. So there's projection in the body, there's projection in the arch. So it gives a more lifelike appearance. And then look at the facial features. Let's look at Tayar's face, Padmavati's face. Look at the eyes. You know, it doesn't look like it's painted. It looks like it's printed. It's that beautifully done. Look at the details. Look at the kind eyes. The blessing hand, the use of stones across the body, her sari, the details in the sari, everything that you see here is handmade. So these are 100% authentic pieces, and to ensure that these are authentic, you also get a certificate of authenticity, which guarantees that these use 22 karat gold foil. So this is 22 karat. What I'm touching here is 22 karat gold foil. It also guarantees the use of Jaipur gemstones, and then this is 100% handmade. They're made using the most authentic practices. Absolutely no shortcuts. Now, you know, there are a lot of shortcuts available, right? A lot of people do these paintings without following the full process, but these are 100% authentic, not just in terms of the materials that are used, but in terms of the multi-step process that is followed to bring each of these pieces to life. And each one of these pieces is actually a masterpiece. And we get to it. So the very first piece that you see here is a Balaji Padmavati piece. A lot of you have been asking questions. We did a soft launch. We have it on our website. And then one question that comes up is, are you able to customize this? Yes, absolutely we can. So we had queries like, I want this Lakshmi hand painting, I want this Lakshmi Tanjore painting, but I want the sari color in a different way. Or some of you say, I have this Kula Devam, I have this family god or goddess, and you say, hey, can you make this for me? Yes, absolutely we can. The reason we can do this is because they are 100% authentic. We just don't buy and sell. We can actually make whatever you ask for, customize them. Some of you, the latest trend is having your family portrait into a Tanjore art form. We can do that as well. So talk to us through, different social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, email. We are there to help answer these questions for you. Now, another question that you may have in mind is, are you shipping these to the US? What happens to tariff? We have all that figured out. So you do not have to worry about those. So all the details are in there. What you see is what you pay. There are no tariffs, no hidden costs. What you pay upfront is what you have to pay overall. And these are very, very, very securely packaged. They need a lot of care. They have to be handled really, really well. So we do ensure that these are packaged, these are crated and set. So you do not have to worry about, how they are handled during transit. So again, going back, so this is our very beautiful 3 by 4 feet Balaji and Padmavati, and very, very beautiful. The thing about Tanjore hand painting is, when you have a Tanjore hand painting in your house, the minute you walk in, it adds that grand ambience. It adds that grand and divine ambience, and you cannot go wrong with it. You cannot go wrong with it. Look at the amount of gold, that is being projected. Look at the details. These are absolutely standout pieces. So here is the very first piece. Now, take a look at this. So this is your Payani Murugan. This is your Payani Murugan. Lord Muruga is said to have 6 different temples that are very, very famous around him. Now, this one is one of the more popular ones. Payani is that hilltop temple, and this is Lord Muruga, very distinct again. He wears a turban in Payani, and then he has not just his spear, which is his veil, but he also has a staff with a little parrot, and there's actually a little story to it. So without getting into too many details, this is your Payani Murugan. Again, this is like a 3 feet by 4 feet. So this is your 3 feet by 4 feet Lord Murugan. And the details. So every product that I'm showcasing today, the links are being posted on Facebook. When you click on the link, you will see every details. You will see additional pictures. You will see the description, all of that. You will see the shipping weight, everything. And then if you still have more questions, we are happy to get back to you. So those of you who've joined on Instagram, because Instagram does not allow clickable links, what we do is we give the product code. All you have to do is take in that product code, go to the Shobitam website, plug it in, and you'll see the details coming. And all the products that are being showcased today, be it the Tanjore art, other art that we are showcasing today, and the sarees, are available in the special page called shobitam.com/live. So when you go there, you'll see every product. Now, there's only so much that we can showcase in an hour. And there are so many other products that have just dropped today. So you'll see the entire new collection that was released on the special page called shobitam.com/live. Moving on. This is your Gajalakshmi, or Goddess Lakshmi, flanked by 2 elephants. It basically shows might, right? So Ashtalakshmi, or the 8 forms of Lakshmi, is basically Lakshmi showing herself in different facets, a different facet that every woman has. And one facet is power, might, and that is what this Gajalakshmi represents. It's prosperity with might. Look at the beautiful face. I think you really have to zoom in and show this very, very pretty face. And this is a very nice size. It's an 8 by 10. So this is 8 inches, and this is 10 inches. And this comes with this beautiful frame. And you can either buy the unframed option. So that's the default option, or you can add on the frame. So we have both options. Some of you ask for just the unframed and you get it framed on your own. You can go to your nearby store like Michael's and get it framed, or you can get the frame as well. So we have two kinds of frames. You'll see both add-on options. So this is the very beautiful Ashtalakshmi. Next we have the Ganesha or the Vinayakar. Now here you will see Ganesha with his trunk on his right side. That is usually considered more auspicious, more religious, and a very nice, beautiful blessing hand, four arms, beautiful use of, very aesthetic use of gemstones. And again, this is framed. You will see the unframed option as well. I'm going to show you something very special. Take a look at this. So this is the Shiva family. I personally got a Shiva family done for my home because I feel that, Lord Shiva, his family is like a perfect family. So here is Lord Shiva. You can see the mountains. You can see the Gopuram, and it's done very, very, very nicely. This is like 18 by 24. And then his two sons, Lord Ganesha and Lord Muruga, and very nicely done. Look at the smiling faces, blessing hand, and the angels are blessing them from the top. So a very beautiful, very divine painting of the Shiva family. Okay, another Balaji one, and this one is very special. It's a 3D projection. Now, what do I mean by 3D? Look at how beautifully each of these pieces, each of these units are actually projected. It's not flat, and it's not your regular tanjore with light projection. This is actually very heavy projection. The arches are projected, the body is projected, the face is also projected. And you know what's special about this? This is the Netra Darshanam Balaji. So typically when you see a Balaji idol, you will see his eyes closed. On Thursdays, when you go to the Tirupati temple, only on Thursdays, they have a special darshan where they show him with his eyes open. So the namam that he has on his forehead is usually smaller. So here you will see him with his eyes open. So this is your very special, very auspicious Netra Darshanam. 3D projected. So if you look at the face, even the face is projected. This is your 3D Netra Darshanam Balaji Padmavati Tanjore art. It's a very, very, very beautiful one. I can feel the divine aura as I'm holding it. So a very, very special, unique piece. Now, like I said before, if you have like a family deity and you want a Tanjore art made out of it for your temple, we're absolutely ready to customize that for you. It takes about 45 days from the time you make the request to actually getting it delivered. So everything from designing it to making the art to packaging it, transit to delivery takes about 45 days. All right, Hanumanji. Now Hanumanji is that god who is there to ward off all evil, all negativity. So here is a beautiful Hanumanji. You can see him. And then he's carrying the Sanjeevani. And then, just like he carries a mountain, he's there to take off all your worries. And lovely Lord Hanuman. Typically, you see many people actually have Hanumanji outside their homes as well to ward off any evil, not let any evil enter their home. So very nice. It's a lightweight piece. Now you can buy it as is, like I said, and have it framed. So here it is. This one to usher prosperity. This is your goddess Lakshmi, and this is your Kuber and Lakshmi. So Kuber is one who has lots and lots of wealth. Even Lord Balaji went to him for his wedding to take a loan from him. So look at these potfuls of gold. Look at these Vastu numbers and look at the coins that are flowing down. So this is basically to attract a lot of wealth and prosperity. So here is your next very, very beautiful piece. Now, after the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya came, this one got really popular. So here is your Ayodhya Ram. Now, the Ayodhya Ram is basically the child face, the child form of Lord Rama. So here you can see him as a little child. And very beautiful piece. Again, it's 3D, light 3D work. And look at the details. And when you look at the unframed piece itself, it's very easy to take it as is. It reduces the cost because when you add the framing, it typically adds to the cost. So I would suggest that you take the piece as is and get it framed locally. So here is a lovely 8x10 Lord Rama. Now, one thing that you can do is if you have a wall in your temple and you have your Ishta Devta, your Kul Devta, all that, you can give us a list of, the gods that you're looking for, and we can put them together in different sizes to make a nice collage on your wall. So all of those customizations are absolutely possible. Okay. One more here. This is your Vitthal. Now, again, a very beautiful form of Krishna. Vitthal, you will typically see him standing on a brick or a pedestal. And that is the form that you see in Pandharpur in Maharashtra. That's how he's worshipped there. And he's standing there at the entrance waiting for his devotees. So very, very beautiful form of Lord Krishna again. And look at the colors, look at the pinkish form, look at the beautiful eyes. So there's a lot of emphasis that's given to facial features, the body structure, and the overall aesthetics. So now let's take a look at this one. This is Lord Rama family. And what I really love about it is the antique touch that's been given to it. Antique because of the use of colors. Look at the dull colors that are used. So it really adds that vintage vibe, which makes it look all the more regal. And look at the gemstones that are used here. So the gemstones here are deeper, more translucent, and they have that, ruby-like feel. Even the gold that is used here is dull gold. So this has come out very, very nicely. Look at the facial features done. It's the whole, it's not easy to imagine something and bring it to life. Things change during the process, and this one has come out really, really nicely. So a very beautiful piece. Look at this necklace in particular. Look at the gemstones that are used in this necklace. So everything from the crown to the clothing, all of this has come out very, very nicely. Look at the bow, even the shape of the bow, the work that's done, the detailing that's done, the anklets, everything has come out very, very, very nicely. And then, there are so many more of these Tanjo paintings that are available on the website. So if you go to shobitam.com/Tanjo, you will see our complete collection of Tanjo paintings. Now, the most popular size is the 8x10. So this is the 8x10. This is the 8x10. So this is Goddess Saraswati. This is the 8x10. And one thing that you can do is you can buy multiple of these. And when you put them together, it again looks very grand because you've filled up your space. So I highly recommend that you check out the page and look at all the collection. And then the frames, they can be add-ons. Now that was the Tanjore section. We're going to move on to the reverse glass painting pieces. Now, what is reverse glass painting? Now, instead of painting from the front, the artist takes a piece of glass and paints it from the back. So the painting has happened on the opposite side. So when you paint from here, the hand is on the left. But when you paint it from the back, it goes on the other side. So it's a little difficult, little harder to imagine because whatever you're doing, it's going on the reverse side. And here is a very nice, like a 6x8 of Sai Baba. And then we have so many more here. They make excellent gifts. Now these come framed. What you see is what you get. They come exactly the way it is. Now this is acrylic, so it's not breakable. Yeah. And then we have so many of these beautiful pieces here from your Yashoda and Krishna. Then you have this beautiful Ganesha. Then we have the more ornate, non-religious pieces as well. So there are plenty of options. You will see them on the website. If there's something that you do not see but you wish to get, please talk to us. Another gifting collection. Next up is a brass and wood collection. Look at the charm of brass. It adds a very unique statement and character to your home. I'm going to show you a few select pieces because there are so many of them here. But take a close look. If you find something that's of interest to you, circle and send it back to us and we'll make it happen for you. So here is the first piece that I wanted to showcase. This is the Kamadhenu. One of the things that came out of the ocean churning. A beautiful amalgamation of so many animals and human form in one. From the plumage of a peacock to the body of a cow to the hooves of a horse, you see so many, the best of every animal, every creature in one. And it's designed, it's meant to bring prosperity to your home. So a very, very beautiful Kamadhenu with her calf. So she's actually tending to her calf. A very beautiful statue, a brass statue for your home. And look at the fine details. These are handmade and very nicely done. You cannot go wrong with this. So here is your next piece. I'm going to show you one more. This is your Matsya candle stand. Very lightweight piece. Just very, very minimal. And then you can keep a candle. Makes a very nice tabletop piece. All right. So wood and brass go very well together. They complement and contrast each other. So here is a lovely parrot. So this is a parrot. Look at the beak. A lovely parrot with its feathers and beautiful structure. So there's carving on all sides. So it's not a one side. There's carving on all sides. A beautiful tabletop piece again. Now check out these pieces. The beauty of these pieces is you can buy a few of them, like 5 or 7 pieces, and hang it in a very asymmetric pattern to add that modern vibe to it. So this is like a pitch wide design. It's got a little stand. It's a bracket. And then you can keep something like a brass idol or anything else. Here's another one with a rangoli pattern. So, a few of these spread around, like I said, in an asymmetric pattern would add a very nice, distinct vibe to your home. Looking for something auspicious? Here is a brass idol with Ganesh, Lakshmi, Saraswati, the Trimurti. He removes all obstacles. Goddess Lakshmi brings prosperity and Goddess Saraswati brings wisdom. So the best of all three in one. There's only so much that we can showcase and only so much that we can list on our website. Here's our complete collection. So Prashant's going to show you a close-up view of everything that's here, the brass items that are here. If there's something that is of interest to you, please do let us know and we'll make it happen. All right, so here is the last home decor piece of today's trunk show. It's a very interesting brass ceiling hanging piece. Look at this. It's a traditional acrobat and there is a lamp that is here below. You can actually open it from the side to pour oil and it hangs with this hook. So very, very interesting, out of the ordinary piece. Really, really stand out. Adds a very traditional and a contemporary vibe. All right. So we're going to move on to our sari segment now. Very awaited sari segment. As always, our endeavor at Shobitam is to showcase new collections every single trunk show. And we have something very new today. Look at these stunning saris. Can you believe we have a fresh new vegan collection? And this is a vegan sari. It's a vegan tissue sari with handwork. Can you believe this is a vegan sari? This is a vegan sari. And then we have many, many interesting ones. Alongside, we also have our traditional silks, our gadwals, banarsis, kanjivarams, tissue kanjivarams, some very, very unique cocktail saris, and so much more. So without further ado, let's get to the saris. And a very, very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. This is the Shobitam Trunk Show. We have a two-part trunk show today. We started off with home decor, the very, very celebrated Tanjore art section. Then we showed some wood pieces. We also showed some brass pieces. And here we are. We're going to showcase our saris. All right. So let's see what the first sari here looks like. Can you believe this is an all vegan sari? It's PETA approved. And let's see. It's a very, very, very stunning sari. Here you go. Check this out. Check this out. Look at this stunning Banarasi sari. This is a Banarasi sari made with all vegan fabric. When I say vegan, it's cellulose, it's plant cellulose and tissue. And here is a stunning gold and red Kadial weave sari. And let's take a close look. Look at the very beautiful Shikarga jal or the animal motif jal. There is gold and silver zari, which is your Alfi weave. And look at the stunning red combination. So gold and red is a classic. You cannot go wrong with it. And this is an all vegan sari. Look at the very rich red golden borders. And here is your very, very first sari, very unique, very standout, and a very novel concept. So here is the very first sari. Let's see what the next sari is. This is a gold and pink. This is the inside of the sari, which is plain, but I'm sure very soon we're going to reveal a stunning, stunning sari. This is the pallu. And look at the very rich Meenakari design. This is your Rangkat design. Banarsi tissue sari. Now tissue is tissue, but the warp is tissue and the weft is woven in cellulite. So it's vegan sari, a beautiful Banarsi jal Meenakari tissue sari. Look at the very beautiful play of colors and a very stunning rich weave. Let's open this beauty and let's see what the pallu looks like. So very, very beautiful, very unique, novel concept. And here is your pallu. And let's see how the sari looks like when it is draped. Very rich sari. You know, in India, our culture is all about being unrestrained, right? When it comes to beauty, shringar, all of that. And so proudly, we've incorporated metallic threads like gold and silver into our fabric. So here is a stunning tissue sari. It's light muted gold, which gives it a very elegant look. There's silver zari, and there are three colors Meenakari, a lavender, a pink, and a blue. And look at how rich it is. And even cost wise, it's very, very budget friendly. And here is your next sari, a rich pallu and truly standout piece. Let's check the next sari. This time it's a pink. This is like a strawberry pink. Let's see what this one looks like. So here is your sari with the bootas. And here is the pallu. So this is the blouse piece with bootas and the zari border. And let's see what the rest of the sari looks like. A lovely Rangkat design. Now, this is your viscose georgette. So, it's georgette that's woven using plant cellulose fabrics. So, it's vegan. And look at the rich rankat design. Very, very beautiful sari. Let's open the full sari. It's got this Alfi weave borders. Look at the buttas in the body and very light, pleasing colors. So let's check the pallu. What a pleasure it is to unravel this beauty. And here is the stunning, stunning pallu. So here is your next sari. And if you're wondering what the sari looks like when it is draped, here it is. So very beautiful standout sari in pure plant-based vegan viscose, and it's georgette with a rankat style design and jal. Now, the code for today is TANJORE, TANJORE. When you use that, you get a special discount on not just the trunk show offerings, but our entire collection of over 7,500 products. Moving on to the next sari. Here is something very interesting. Again, a vegan tissue sari. It's a lovely mint green and it's a crushed tissue to give it a very beautiful embossed like texture. This is your Kolkata handwork. It's completely done by hand. Take a close look. Very beautiful sparkly work with sequins, katdana and resham. And again, a vegan sari, vegan tissue sari. And looks very pretty, very charming. Look at the buttas on the body that fill it up. And it's very lightweight and truly a pleasure to drape. So here is the next sari. And I really hope that you're loving the collections that we are showcasing you, because these are absolutely new. And look at the embroidery, it is going all the way in. And here is the blouse piece. So this is the blouse piece. It's got work along the neckline and buttas. And here is the sleeve. All right. So another tissue sari. Take a look at this, a different pattern. A vegan tissue Banarsi sari with buttas, and then you have this chevron pattern in silver and a short border. Now the color of the gold tissue is very, very muted. It's that light chiku color, so looks very elegant. And let's take a look at the borders. Now every sari that I'm showcasing today, the link is actually being posted on Facebook. It's a clickable link. And on Instagram, we're actually posting the code. You just take the code, plug it in on the Shobitam website, and you'll see the details in your currency. So here is your next sari. So this is the top side, this is the bottom side. Now, I'm really wondering what this sari is. Let's take a look. Our team is very, very careful at handling saris. Look at how securely they've wrapped it. Look at this. Stunning, stunning sari. So this is your blouse piece. And this is like a Paithani design, Meenakari sari in tissue, vegan tissue. So the body is a red and gold. And look at the Raj Kamal Meenakari borders. So beautiful, very rich borders on both sides. And let's see what the pallu looks like. There you go. A very, very beautiful floral pallu. And take a close look. And I'll show you how this sari looks like when it is draped. So here is your next very standout sari in gold. Gold has that opulence element to it. Beautiful Meenakari touch and a playful pallu. And all of this is vegan. So here is your next sari. And our vegans have been very, very popular. We just launched this collection very extensively. You've seen Vidya Balan sport a vegan sari. You've seen Bhagyashri sport a vegan sari. And they're loving it. Just as much as so many of you who purchased vegan saris from us are. Let's check out this beauty. All right. So here you can see the very translucent tissue fabric, and this is a shikarga again. This is the blouse piece. Look at the animal motifs on the blouse piece. And now this is the pallu. And let's take a look. A beautiful shikarga jal. Look at this, a close look. The rich animal motifs. You have deer, you have elephant, you have parrot, peacock, tiger, and it really shows the beauty of the jungle. And what a beauty this is. Take a look. Very, very, very charming. And finally, we have the pallu, and this is the rich pallu. So here is your next sari, and I'm going to show you how the sari drapes. Take a look. So here is the sari, and this is how this very, very, very charming sari drapes like. Look at the gold color. It's just right. Neither too bright, not too muted. It's that beautiful light chiku color, as I said. And here is your next saris. And I'm very sure these saris are not going to stay too long. Here is your next sari. All right. Something different this time. It's going to be a Kota Doria. Now, Kota Doria is a unique weave from Rajasthan where you have these little grids. They're called khat. These little grids, it's a very airy weave. It was started off as a replacement for the lace fabric which the British introduced. And here is a very airy, translucent Kota Doria tissue sari. So it's not just Kota Doria, it's Kota Doria tissue. And then you have a lovely gold and silver jal. And here is your next sari in a lovely lavender color. And this is the pallu. It comes with a contrasting pink blouse piece. So here is your next sari. And there is another very interesting sari, a Kota Doria sari in lime green along the same lines. I'm going to show you two more vegan viscose Georgette saris. Both are Rankart style, and then we'll move on to something very unique. So here is the next sari. This is your Ada design or your diagonal stripes. A lovely lavender combination. And this is how this very pretty sari drapes like. So here it is. Actually, this is the lower side border. Look at this. Yeah. So here, beautiful play of colors from a light orange to a green, mint. So here is the lower side border. Very unique, very standout. And one more, very, very similar. I'm just going to show you without opening. It's got like a bandhani style design. And this is your Ada weave. All right. So now a different kind of vegans. Did you know that modal silks are actually vegan saris because the modal silk fabric is actually plant-based. It comes from cellulose. A lot of you saw me in this particular sari. This one is not for sale, but we can make the same one, the exact same one. So you saw me in this particular sari when we opened our store in Raipur. This is a modal silk sari. It's got a pen kalamkari applique, a Ganesha applique. And look at these two large kalamkari peacock motifs, beautiful tassels. It's come together very, very nicely. A lot of people actually worked behind the scenes to make the sari possible. Look at the mirrors. Now, inspired by this, so this whole thing from the conception to actually getting the sari done happened in 3 days, but it turned out to be so beautiful, we decided to get more of these. So I'm going to show you this beautiful collection that's been put together. So the first sari is a purple. It's a beautiful Jamuni purple modal silk sari. And look at the Ganesha. And it's all handwork, hand pen kalamkari. The embellishments on it, look at the beautiful embellishments on it, are done using handwork. And look at this. Look at this. It's got these dancing dolls, they glitter. It's got this lagra patta, and then it's going to be finished off with these colorful tassels that I showed you. So very pretty sari. And then that's not all. It's got hand disc mirror work all over for that little sparkle. So here is your next sari. Like I said, it's our own design, so you will not find anything like this anywhere else. So here is the next sari. And we have these in a few colors. We have a Rani pink, we have a navy blue. Here's your navy blue. And then we have Rama green. Now, this Rama green is a little different. It's got peacock motifs here. Look at this beautiful peacock motifs. And then the front has a peacock too. So it looks like this here. And here is your kalamkari. This is your authentic pen kalamkari and a very, very pretty Rama green, sparkly mirrors, sparkly handwork. So here is your next sari. Just one more very quickly. Red. For those of us who love red, this is a blood red color. And let's see what is here. So here, this one has the dancing dolls in the pallu and a beautiful Ganesha in the front. Here is your next very, very pretty sari. We're going to move on to our next collection. The next collection is very, very trending these days. It's your Bollywood style saris. And these are saris that we've not showcased before. So let's get to that. Yes, I am talking about these. These are such a rage. It's actually a unique netted weave. So it's a netted weave. Look at this. You would have seen many celebrities wear this sari, and the border has beautiful work, embellished work with katana, with sequins, and these are very hot and trending. So here is your netted sari, and we have them in a few colors, and that's not all. So at the intersection of every grid, there are small little stones. There are small little stones that are probably hard to see on screen, but they're actually sparkling nicely in front of me. So here is your sari, your netted sari with your rich sequin embellished border. And it's a half and half because it's heavy. The top is really heavy. You cannot wear it on the lower side. So the lower side comes in net, and this is the part that will be visible. So this will be the pleated part that is visible. This is the top. The top is light in net, so it doesn't bulk you up. And here is your very, very pretty half and half sari in a netted design. So like I said, it's like a rage now. This is the blouse piece with full work on the sleeve and back. So this is how the sari drapes. And then we have a few colors. I'm just going to show you two, but we have more colors available on the website. So all the saris that I'm showcasing today are available on this very special page called shobitam.com/live. Now here is a cream color or a creamy beige color, and same concept. Look at this. So it's your netted design. You can see the stones here. And I think we have 5 or 6 colors. And this is how this sari drapes. So it's a half and half. It's heavy. This part is heavy. So the top half is a net design, like your big net. And the lower half is your this thinner net with the skirt border. All right. So along the same lines, I'm going to show you 2 more embellished saris. Again, we have more on the website. I'm just going to show you 2 colors. This is a beautiful powder blue, like a dusty shade of light blue. And it's got these katana and silver embellishments. Sequins and katana in silver, scallop border. And here is how this very pretty sari drapes like. So here is your sari. So this is the prominent part of the sari. And here is the pleats part. So the pleats part, the top is kept, empty, so it doesn't bulk you up. But all the visible parts of the sari have work on it. So here is the next sari. This is the blouse piece. I'm just going to show you another color without opening it. Same sari, different color. This is a champagne color. Look at this. So like a light champagne color with silver work, embellished work all over. All right. Okay, if you're wondering what a dark color sari in the netted design looks like, we have a black. Many of us love black. So here is a black, same concept. Now this is tone on tone. The one that I showed you before had contrasting colors like pink, blue. This is tone on tone. So the entire sari is black. Even the stones on the net are black. So everything is black. And here is your next sari. And this is how it drapes. So the top is like that and the bottom comes like this. So very unique, very interesting sari. All right, we're going to move on to our Banarsis before we actually showcase more of our vegans. We have a very, very loaded collection today. So let's move on to our Banarsis. We have almost 1,000 Banarsis on the Shobitam website, but I'm going to show you a few. Now, this is your mushroom silk. It's a stunning purple. Look at this because purple is so, so, so popular. And here is the pallu. And mushroom has this very nice satiny texture to it. And this is how this very beautiful sari drapes like. Take a look. So here is how the sari drapes like. It just falls on you. It drapes perfectly on you. It's not stiff at all. And look at the ornate borders, Meenakari buttas. So here is your next sari. Another purple. Like I said, purples are popular when it comes to our Banarsis. This is a very unique fabric. It's your Katan by Tussar. So it's got a very unique texture. Every Shobitam sari, every Shobitam silk sari that you buy is complete with fall piku tassels. And these are the tassels that I'm talking about. And I feel that a sari, a silk sari without tassels feels incomplete. You need to have the charming, playful touch. Tassels that sway with every move of yours. So here's the next sari. And our patrons know this. You can avail custom blouse stitching. So every sari that you buy on Shobitam, you have the option to purchase the custom blouse stitching where we can make your blouse your way, which means that you can choose whatever style, whatever pattern you want it to be, and as per your measurements. So all you have to do is add the custom blouse stitching option along with the sari, and we'll take care of the rest. And here is the blouse piece. And along the same lines, if you want your sari pre-stitched for you, where the pleats are done and the sari is just ready to wrap, we can do that as well. And you'll see that option as well. So here is the blouse piece. And look at the very novel standout design. So here is your next sari. Another beautiful Ektara weave tissue sari. This is like an ivory shade. And look at this beautiful play of colors. Your ivory with an contrasting shade always looks very classy. And it has stunning colors from your magenta to a pink to an orange. And this is how the sari drapes like. So beautiful tissue sari with your Ektara weave. This is your Ektara weave. And look at the tissue. It's very elegant. And here is the pallu, playful tassels, and a stunning pink contrast. Look at how pretty the sari. It's very minimal, and that's the understated beauty of this sari. So here is your next sari. Okay. Okay. We also have some very new salwar kameez in Banarsi semi silk on the website. Please to check it out. We have them in many beautiful colors. And we also have these all new dyeable dupattas. So these are your Banarsi dyeable dupattas. And then we have the shade card that's attached. So tell us the color, the shade that you want this dupatta to be, or white, just the way it is, and we'll make it happen for you. So here is your Very pretty dupatta. Please do check out the salwar kameez. We have many, many that have come in. A lot of you have loved our Maheshwari suits, the unstitched suits. You purchase that and you tell us, what design you want them to be made, and we can do the same with the Banarsi pieces as well. So another very beautiful dupatta. We have a beautiful new collection of pen kalamkaris. I'm just going to show you one in the interest of time. So this is a pure Kanjivaram silk dupatta with hand pen kalamkari work. Truly a piece of art. This is handloom, pure silk Kanjivaram, and this is pure pen kalamkari, showing your Srinathji, and it is on both the sides. So what you see in the front is exactly what you see in the back, perfectly symmetrical. And look at how wide it is, very generously woven. So here is your next piece, and then we have them in three stunning colors, a turquoise blue and a brilliant red. The red one is with a purple border. So do check out our beautiful pen kalamkaris too. Our pen kalamkaris are very, very popular because every design is co-created with our artisans in Kalahasti. So here is your next very pretty dupatta. All right. Okay, so this time, just to show you something different, because we're not just about saris, we go beyond saris. Um, we are into home and living. So can you imagine this is like a generously sized towel, and it's a waffle weave. Look at this waffle weave, and it's hand block printed in pure cotton. So very, very generously sized. And take a look at this. So this is what I call bath time luxury. So here is your next piece. I'm going to show you some gadwals before we move on to our other collection. We also have a fresh batch of Kanjivaram tissue silk saris, and we have them in such stunning colors. You should absolutely check them out. And each sari is hand woven. Now take a look at this. Shobitam gadwals are another very, very popular category. They come right after our Kanjivarams and Banarsis. Look at this very pretty tea green color gadwal with your rich korvai borders. This is the top side border, bottom side border. This is your vibrant korvai weave that leads to these stunning contrasts. Very grand pallu. Take a look. And then a rich blouse piece with zari on both sides. And this is how this beauty drapes like. So here is your rich four-way weave Gadwal sari. This is pure luxury, very authentic pieces that you cannot go wrong with. Look at how rich it looks. So here is your next sari. Okay, another fascinating Gadwal sari, and I'm very, very proud of our Gadwals because each piece is very, very premium. This is a rich royal blue with a yellow contrast, again a korvai weave. Look at the rich borders, the wide zari borders, very popular. A lot of you ask if, on the taller side, women who are on the taller side, you ask if the Gadwal will suit you. Our typical Gadwals are about 47 inches. So they are they're wider than most other saris. So yes, they absolutely will. So here is your next sari. And this is how this one looks like. Okay, another one very quickly without opening is this green. It's like a rich grass green, like a rich leaf green rather, with a magenta border. So here is your next sari, very rich borders, 100% handloom. And this is how the sari drapes. All right. So we're going to move on to some linens this time. And it's a fresh collection. And take a look at this. Spring is round the corner. So we said, hey, let's bring in some color. Spring is round the corner, Holi is round the corner. So here are some very colorful saris. Look at the tassels, look at the pallu, and these are handloom linen saris. And this is how this colorful checkered sari looks like. This is one combination. I'm going to show you the other combination. Here is the other one. Here is the other one. So shades of pink, green, and yellow. Okay. Another linen sari, we showed you one last time, and it got taken very quickly. So here is a red, a deep red linen sari. Look at the tassels with your paitini pallu. So here is your next sari, and this is how this beautiful sari drapes like. It's very breathable, and these are saris that you can wear any time of the year. They're very versatile. So here is your next sari. Okay. We are going to move on to our modals. Now, our modal silks are also vegan, like I said. And here, look at the sari. It's a very interesting one. This is your modal silk sari with your lagra patta, and it has a shibori mandala pallu. So take a look at this. Very standout pallu, and the borders, the edges are actually pinch dyed. And this is how this very pretty sari looks like. It's completely solid, and the pallu does the top. So here is your next sari, and then we have them in 5 different colors. We have a green, we have a purple, we have a blue, like a blue purple ink blue, and a maroon. So here are the saris in this particular collection. Now moving on to Vanaspati prints. Now Vanaspati means plant-based dyes, and these modal silks are actually finished using plant-based dyes. And it's a lovely green, like a bright henna green, and with a mix of yellow, black, and absolute beauty to drape. And it feels very soft, very luxurious to the touch. And here is your next sari. Yeah. And we have a fresh new collection in so many beautiful colors. The colors are very earthy. You should absolutely check them out. And we have some very fascinating prints as well, such as this one. Have you seen a modal silk sari with pen kalamkari? Here is this. So a beautiful modal silk sari, completely done using the pen kalamkari method. And here is how the sari looks like. If you want to see additional pictures, we have them on the website. So here is your next sari. The link is being posted. Another modal silk sari. This time it's your block print, and it's a lovely black shade, black and red. You cannot go wrong. So here is your next sari. Now our ajrak saris are very, very, very popular, especially these saris. These saris with the black and white stripes and the contrast pallu. And take a look at what we have new this time. A bandhani pallu. So it's your fusion sari. It's your ajrak body with a bandhani pallu and a very unique combination of black and white against a bottle green. And stripes always look very novel. And here is the sari, pallu, blouse piece. A different kind of modal silk, this time with your hand block print, your bagru hand block print. And look at the blue, indigo, and white. So here is the sari. This is modal silk, so it feels really soft. And here is the sari. I'm just going to show you one more without opening. I love this print, looks very noble. And here is the sari. Okay, 3 more before we wrap up today's show. Here is an ajrak sari. Here is an ajrak sari, a plain body with an ajrak border and pallu. And this is how this very stunning sari looks like. So it's completely plain, and the ajrak work happens only along the borders, and a beautiful standout pallu. Okay. A shibori ajrak jugalbandi. Very beautiful piece. Very, very unique. These are all very unique pieces, very artisanal, and all in modal silk. And this is your shibori. It really drapes beautifully around you. We're not going to, so what we'll do is, we'll roll press the beginning of the sari, the pleats part, so you have the length, but the top of the sari will be kept in its original texture for the artisanal effect. So here is a shibori. You can see the line in the middle where the sari is folded. So this is your Shibori Ajrak Jugalbandi sari, and in a very lovely color combination. Again, we have this in three different colors. All right. Okay. Two last saris before we wrap up today's show. What is a modal silk sari without a ghar chola? And this time it's a bottle green. So here is your ghar chola, considered very auspicious in Gujarat. So it basically has these grids or ghar, and then look at the beautiful circumbandage on it in shades of white and yellow. Here is the pallu, and a very, very unique, standout, artisanal, and culturally significant sari. So here is the next sari. One last sari. We have many, many more beautiful drops, but I'll just show you maybe two. This is your semi tussar sari, and this is like a deep mustard with a purple border. And this is a Banarsi sari. Look at the zari weave, and again the sari drapes like this. Last sari of the day. We started with gold. We're going to end with gold. So this is a beautiful muted gold kota tissue sari, and look at the all over jal embroidery on it. Look at this. That adds a nice texture, and there is light mirror work done. Very, very light mirror work done all over. And this sari has embroidery on all prominent parts, and it drapes like this. So here is the last sari of the day. I really, really hope that you enjoyed our two-part trunk show today. Again, the code for today is Tanjore, because our featured collection today was the Tanjore hand paintings. So the code is TANJORE, and please use the code to avail a special discount. And a huge thanks to everyone who joined in. For those of you who are new, who are wondering about tariffs in the US, you do not have to incur any tariffs. What you pay upfront is what you pay overall. There are no hidden fees whatsoever. And like I said, it's very, very seamless. We ship, thousands of orders monthly, so you don't have to worry about it. We are equally good with our blouse stitching, so please do try us out. The blouse that I'm wearing is stitched in house, and we have many, many mix and match blouses too. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We are happy to get back to you. Again, a huge thanks. I also want to thank our very lovely team, very, very diligent team, who works, really hard to put every trunk show together. It's really not easy to do this, every 2 weeks, but they make it happen. So I really want to thank them. I also want to thank three people who are here with me. Anjaneya, please. And Anjaneya is very special because that green sari that I wore in Raipur, he was the brain behind it. He showed me the Ganesha applique and said, you have, this, we have this, you have to do something out of this. I trust him. He's very diligent with fabrics, very diligent about spending. I will spend, he will not spend. So I really, really love him for that. Thank you for everything that you do, Anjaneya. Mahant. So Mahant is our store employee. Yeah, Mahant is amazing when it comes to actually draping. So all our mannequins are so beautifully dressed. He comes up with very, very novel ideas. He's very, very, very creative, and he's very good. He's an expert when it comes to saris. So thank you for that. And of course, last but not the least, Prashant. So Prashant is the guy behind all our social media content, and no trunk show happens without him. And there's a lot of work that really goes, creative work that goes behind the scenes. And thank you so much. He makes it happen. Sometimes I give him very crazy things to do, but he will make it happen. I'm like, I saw this reel there, can you do exactly the same? And I sort of test him. I'll be like, no, he cannot do it, but he will make it happen. So thank you for that. So on that note, here's me, Aparna, signing off. Hope you all have a wonderful next 2 weeks, and I'll see you